Say hi and then go get it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Afternoons with Andrew and Andrea. We are happy you're here joining us today. I'm going to start out talking a little bit. She's going to get me some coffee as we're sitting here about to start. Can't plan ahead. As I'm about to hit the button, I'm like, oh, I wish I had some coffee right now.
The black one?
Yes, the black one. The slightly sweet.
Got it.
So, we discovered this new cold brew coffee. It's not new, I don't think, but it's new to us that we find at Meijer's, and it's very good, and we've probably been drinking way more of it than we probably should be drinking. But yeah, so she's getting me some of that. Here's something we could talk about in the meantime. What is your go-to coffee drink? What's your go-to coffee drink? What's your go-to, you could say Starbucks. Just say go-to coffee drink. My go-to typically is a salted cold foam cold brew from Starbucks. That's my go-to coffee. Although lately I've been trying some stuff at home because our Starbucks has been closed. So we've been drinking the cold brew that we find, but also, and I know this is trendy, I know this is very bougie, but I just tried the whipped coffee, the instant coffee. You put it all in the mixer, instant coffee, sugar, and water. Thank you, babe. Mm-hmm. And then you mix it forever until it's all whipped and it's like a whipped cream.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I liked it. Okay, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I saw a lot of people posting a whole bunch of pictures about it lately, and it looks
like I
so
said, it's
pretty,
trendy and bougie.
So trendy right now, but I'm not gonna lie. He handed it to me, the first time he handed it to me, I was like, oh, well, this looks like ice cream or like a blended coffee or whatever. And he took the straw at it, and I was like, I just got milk. That's it.
She didn't mix it yet.
This is so anticlimactic.
What you do is you do it.
Well, you have to mix it.
You make it.
I don't want to have to mix it.
Hello,
you
Brenda.
Should mix it if you're my barista.
Hello, Aunt Brenda. Good to see ya.
But once I mixed it, it was better. It was just.
Well, you make the coffee part, and then how they do it, and if you've seen Instagram lately, you know they pour milk and then they put the coffee cream foam whatever on top, and then you just have to mix it. So yeah, Brenda says her frother is getting her through quarantine. We have a frother, right?
We should use it. Yeah, is it the?
It's the pump thing. That's the one we have. Yeah, there's all kinds, but
yeah, there's some that you like a drill.
There's like a little wand thing that's. But
we could try that.
Do that with the whipped coffee.
Okay, I probably would like that better.
So yeah, we're coffee drinkers. I also drink a lot of tea, but we're mostly coffee drinkers. But so today, we weren't really going to talk about coffee today. We were going to talk about, we decided to go on a theme today instead of just the random stuff like we've been doing. So we're talking about friendship today. And same format like we've been doing, just a bunch of random questions. So I found a list of questions. It's 11 questions on friendship. And so we're just going to start there, and we want you to be involved as well. Be sure to comment on your opinions. Wave hi to us. Let us know who's here.
I just waved hi in the comments.
I see that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you've joined us today. So one of our counts is my wife watching from her phone.
Boosting up those numbers.
So yeah, wave, let us know you're here so we know who's watching. And get involved with the questions. We want to know your answers to these questions as well. So we'll start out with the first question. What quality do you most value in your friends? What quality do you most value in your friends? I will say, I'll start out by saying I value loyalty.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say my closest group of friends, I know that even if I don't talk with them for months, it could even be a year or so, if we don't talk, as soon as we do talk, there's that same connection like it's always been, and I could go a long time without talking to them, and now if I have a problem, I could call them and know that they would be there for anything.
Right.
So that's my big one.
Says loyalty too. I 100%, I back up loyalty, because I feel like I'm somebody that if my trust is broken, everything is broken. And I really struggle if trust is broken. So many people are saying loyalty right now. It seems like the number one star thing. And
warm, open communication.
Yes, Brenda needs
So I would
friendship there
so
for
that could be
sure.
boiled down to trust, probably. Mm-hmm. Yep, warm, open communication.
But to really have like a best friend, I feel like you have to have that connection with personalities too. But I mean, I don't think I ever feel like somebody is a best friend until I feel like I can trust them, and that's where that loyalty comes in. Is like I know that you're not going to go around saying stuff about me, and I'm not going to go around saying stuff about you, and we're going to have each other's backs. And
right, I just say it to you directly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like guys, I don't know that guys like worry about this as much as girls do, but girls are definitely more like, are you gonna protect me? Are you gonna be on my team? Or are you gonna be in my corner? And then I will say my second, because I know that's not a question.
You can
second quality is a forgiving friend.
Are you always messing up?
Yeah. Yeah.
I always mess up. That's why I need somebody forgiving.
Some of my closest friends know that I'm always like, hey, that was super rude of me. I love you so much. Please forgive me. Like, I thank God I have some of the most forgiving friends, and I thank God he's helped me be a forgiving person too. People say forgiveness is the best way to have a good marriage too. I think it goes for friendships too. If you can be a forgiving person,
it's a good thing I'm a forgiving person.
He's a forgiving husband.
Yep. Sister Dunning says, I think quality of friends is better than quantity of friends. I totally agree with that.
Definitely.
I always sort of half joke, and if if you're my friend and you're watching this, just assume you're part of the close-knit group. I know, it is awkward. But since we're talking about it, I've always said that I have a lot of people in my life that I'm a better friend to them than they are to me, meaning they think we're besties. Meanwhile,
I feel like that happens.
I don't really have a whole lot of, but it probably does. But I've always just joked about it.
Yeah, you are very like a quality person.
Very
like Kim Denning said, like you have your friends from Bible school, you have your brother, and then
I don't know if he counts.
Not to toot my horn, but you say I'm your best friend too.
Yeah,
so there's really not many people
Maybe I should be seeking quantity.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Because then you can ask everybody for $1 and you'll get lots of money.
Yes, that's my problem.
Hey,
I have quality friends, but they're all poor. No. Brandon Preston, hi bud. Good to have you with us.
We're talking about friends today for everybody who's tuning in.
That's right.
We've already talked about our most valued quality in a friend.
Speaking of friends, Brandon Preston has a lot of friends on TikTok from what I hear.
I don't know if you can call those friends.
Well, he has a lot of followers on TikTok. He's
got fans.
He's TikTok famous. So
I have heard that. I have definitely heard that.
If anybody wants to see somebody TikTok famous, that's Brandon Preston. So yeah, we'll move on to the next question here. Number 2, are you a good friend? Why or why not?
Ooh. I don't know that anybody's going to get on and be like, I'm a terrible friend.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll say...
Oh?
Well, I'm thinking. No, I'm a good friend. I think I'm a good friend, but I probably have some bad friend qualities in that I'm terrible at communicating.
Yeah. You don't even text me back.
Exactly. That's really it.
So for anybody that's felt like maybe Andrew doesn't like them because he won't text them back, he doesn't text his own wife back. So you're safe.
I'm terrible.
You're probably in the friend group still.
You're probably still in the group. I just don't talk to anybody.
I communicate back with my friends all the time.
Denise Cruz says, "What is a good friend?"
That's the thing. What would you consider a good friend? I'm a good friend, but not a perfect friend. Bradley says.
I like that. That's good. Yeah,
I
have my faults.
I feel that way about myself. I ain't great, but I'm good. I think I'm a good friend. My friends that have known me for a long time have seen me probably develop into a better friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm a good friend. I know that is probably my biggest fault as a friend. I think
whether or not people feel like you're a good friend or not, or whether you feel like you're a good friend or not, has a lot to do with people's love languages.
That's true. So really I guess we're the wrong people to ask if we're good friends. Does that make sense? We love the Carvers.
Yeah, that's right.
Good to
Put
have
that
you
one
with
up
there. You're right.
My Aunt Brenda. She's calling me out saying I don't reply to her text messages. Here's what it is.
You should know better.
I really should just call you because my brain has so much to say back to you, and I say it in my head, and then I don't text you back.
So
I love you.
I think
now
this,
that I've been called out.
Are you done apologizing?
Yes.
Okay. I think I think this question is not a good question to ask the person. Are you a good friend?
Gotta ask your friends.
You really? Yeah, this is a question that needs to be asked of your friends.
Do your friends think that you're a good friend?
No, you can't even ask somebody that because they'll still say, yes, I'm a great friend. So of course they think I'm a great friend. Right?
So how do you find out?
You ask them and stay out of it. So you would be so I would ask your friends, is Andrea a good friend? And then you're not allowed to voice your opinion. I know that's hard for you.
Can I pick which friends you ask?
That's good. That's good. We'll go to the next question. Oh, don't worry, Aunt Brenda. She talks back to me. Don't worry. What is the best way to meet new friends? What is the best way to meet new friends? Well, in nowadays, it has to be online. Honestly,
I mean, in the last 3 weeks.
In the last 3 weeks, I'd say nowadays, like right now.
But before that, it was just. I mean, some people connect online, but I definitely still connect with people face to face.
I've always been good at connecting with people online. I'll admit, back in the day, I played a lot more online games and stuff, and I was always very good at connecting with people. And I would, I'll say it this way: I used to run like a corporation in a game called EVE Online, which is a big space game with lots of people, and it's very much it's not even a like action game. It's a lot of spreadsheets actually. But I connected with a lot of people. I ran a corporation, had a lot of good friends there. Camden Shrum, I know he's watched us before on here. I don't know if he's watching right now, but me and him used to hang out on there.
So that's how guys make friends.
If you heard my story on
Everyone's
Tuesday,
connected.
Yeah, everyone's connected. If you heard my story on Tuesday about the having a snake guy named Wolf, my snake guy named Wolf, I met him on that game, and we've stayed friends.
Andrew has lots of different.
Everyone's connected. Who remembers everyone's connected? That was the you. I know you don't. You don't remember.
Young.
I know. Everyone's connected. If you remember that, raise your hand. Tell us about it. Yeah. Blast from the past. See,
Everyone's connected.
Jenny remembers.
No idea what y'all are talking about.
It was really a really cool social media thing. You had your top list of friends. The first thing that
was cool to me was my yearbook. I remember my yearbook. Do you remember that?
Your what?
It was my yearbook. That was what it was called. And it was
that
right
like
before
a precursor
MySpace.
to Facebook?
Right before MySpace.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everyone's connected.
Be the kind of person who includes everyone. No.
I agree with that. I do, and I try to do that. But Sister Dunning, I'll admit.
Are you saying I'm old?
Who?
Kristen says, "Are you saying I'm old?"
No, older than me, so you're fine.
Okay, what were you saying?
I was saying I agree that cliques should not happen, but at the same time, there is that small group of people that I'm most satisfied spending time with. Does that make sense?
Sometimes introverts get the label of being a little cliquey sometimes
new friends, common interests,
because they're uncomfortable in large settings, so they stick with who they're comfortable with.
Philip,
Alana McCool,
you know.
Alana McCool said a little bit back, be an extrovert. How do you make new friends? And she said, be an extrovert.
Oh, did she?
And that is me. Hold on, almost there. Be an extrovert, she said.
I was going to say way back.
That is me. I am an extrovert. If I'm in a room where there's especially a lot of people that I know, I'll be like, hold on, I'll be back. I have to make my rounds.
She does that to me all the time.
I'll go around, even if it's like a sit-down dinner.
Because I'm more the type that I find a nice quiet corner and I let people come to me.
And he'll watch from like the one corner where he can sort of see everything.
You know, I hold court in the corner.
But even like a dinner, even like a sit-down dinner, I've done it. I'll be like, hey, I think nobody's eating right now. I'm going to get up and talk to my friends.
Yeah.
I don't understand the topic. We're talking about how do you make friends? What's the best way to make friends right now?
This is Jenny. You're right here. Eating Lebanese food together helps. Absolutely.
So common interest.
Or I feel like
when you're making new friends, you always have to first find the common interest. So like girls will go in and they'll be like, "Oh, cute top, cute shoes." And that's how girls like find common interests and like slide themselves in, and then they connect about some other things.
Bradley says people watching is where it's at. That's what I do.
He's a people watcher.
I'm a people watcher, and I let people come to me.
He'll with somebody about something at first, and that's how he finds common ground, I feel like.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next question. What is the... Is this next? Yeah. What is the most annoying type of friend? Ooh.
Hold on, Kim Dunning's responding to the other one.
Guess you're right,
true.
Drew. Even
it's
Jesus
true.
had
and
inner circle
I think
friends.
that's very different than a clique.
Yeah.
A clique excludes people purposefully, I feel like.
Right.
But an inner circle of friends can still include others while
maintaining that closeness.
Yeah.
That's good. Tanzo, hi. Good to have you with us.
Best friendships are forged over shared hardship.
Oof.
That was deep. We weren't ready for this.
You're taking us to some really deep places now.
Now I'm thinking about my friends. Okay, but number 4 was the most annoying
type of friend.
Brenda says a fake friend.
Fake friend, yep.
I've never met anyone that's not my friend.
Nancy.
By Nancy standards.
Okay, this is a good one, Alana.
Oh, yeah.
Friends that feel only their problems matter.
The one-upper friend.
The one-upper friend, yeah.
Like, I know you have problems, but have you heard about my problems? Because they're worse.
Yeah.
And they're just, it's like so hard. You know what that is? It's hard to connect with. It's really, friendships are about connecting and making people feel like, what are you doing?
I was adjusting the audio a little bit, sorry.
Hand all in the camera.
It was clicking a bit.
I feel like friendships are about making sure another person knows that you truly care about them.
Brother Eid says the know-it-all friend. That's the annoying type of friend. Yep. Bradley says I only come to you
when I have a problem, friend. Yep. That's probably how we are with Jesus sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. That's what a friend we have. Friend talks behind your back. Yep.
It's hard.
Most annoying type of friend. Us too.
Rude.
Okay.
Rude.
Thanks.
We'll be in prayer for you.
Phillips agrees with the one-upper.
Friend.
Always have a bigger fish.
Right?
Friends that are only friends when they need something. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know. You know, some of these, I don't even know if they really count it friends at those points.
I mean,
in my opinion.
Some people you still love and keep around, though.
Just because you love and keep them around doesn't mean they're your friend.
I know, but you can't, like... I don't know.
You love them and you keep them around, but you don't necessarily consider them a friend.
Friendships can be hard.
Yeah.
Because people change. Did you say the most annoying type of friend?
I agreed with almost all those. I didn't have
a friend that only comes to you when they want you to do something
for them. Yep.
I feel like a lot of people are saying that.
Yeah, that's probably the truest one.
It's hard.
You think that you could go to them, but more often than not, they only keep you around so they can go to you. So... most annoying friends are just acquaintances. I agree with that. The ones that you think are the annoying friend, oftentimes you sort of place in that sort of acquaintance category. They probably think of you as more of a friend than you do of them.
Oh, well, and this goes to good number 5.
Oh. Okay, yeah, perfect. What separates true friends from acquaintances? What separates true friends from acquaintances? I think I'll answer it this way. I think it covers a lot of the things we've already talked about. Loyalty, trust, knowing that...
There's people I love that I don't trust them. You know, I think everybody can kind of feel that way about people. Yeah. Is that I would definitely not... You know, there's people I love a whole lot, but I wouldn't say they're a close friend to me because I'm like, man, you know, I just don't trust them.
Right. No, I agree with that. So yeah, trust.
And nobody on here try to be figuring out who we're talking about because you don't know.
I'm not good at name names, unless I do accidentally. Hit me if I name names.
We're gonna have to find an alter.
So
separating true friends from acquaintances. Trust.
So trust. We're getting some good answers here. Wisdom. That you're right. Yep. It sometimes takes wisdom just to sort of sort it out a little bit. Yep.
Sometimes an acquaintance though too is just somebody I don't see enough.
That's true.
To feel like I've connected with them.
I like this answer. Friends are ones who can handle your mess.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Whitney says she loves you and trusts you. I'm sure she's talking to you.
Yes. She loves us both, though.
If they're still your friends over time and distance. And Kristen is a good example of this for me. Her and her husband are great friends of mine. But we never see each other. I think we see each other every couple years when he works for me at
and then we just
Youth Congress. What did we see him?
Wedding. That was 3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago.
That was on an off year.
That was an off year. You're right. So we saw them more often then. This is good. Chris Densler, good to see you. Good you're joining us. Time makes for the difference between acquaintances and friends.
So true.
Trial and error. Yep, very much.
So true.
Because sometimes you think you can trust somebody, and it just falls apart. The level of effort you're willing to put into the friendship, that's also true. There's some people you're like, I don't want to.
These are the truth bombs.
These are the truth bombs. Kendra says, friends forever. Every NAYC when I'm stressed out. Yes, absolutely. Yep. A nice mug makes a... Oh.
No, she likes my mug.
I'm like, a nice mug makes
Here's
a good difference between friends and acquaintances.
Let me tell a story.
Uh-oh.
I love mugs.
Yes.
I collect mugs. I collect my favorite kinds of mugs. But we're supposed to be moving right now. And so I have packed all of my incredibly cute mugs. I literally almost went out and got the box and opened it before this thing because I'm like, I should be having a cute mug in every video. Okay? So this is a beautiful one, yes. But I have a lot of other fun mugs,
No, when she says a lot, let me tell you, she has a lot.
It's the only thing I collect, probably.
Yeah. Keep moving forward. If they could keep your secrets, that's good, Chris. Kendra says she trusts us.
We love
Charlene,
you.
good to have you with us. Good to have you.
Hi, Charlene.
Good to see you. Confidence. Yep. Chris and Ryan must be old friends. They are. They're some of my oldest. Honestly. Okay, let's go to the next question. So that was...
Oh, here you go. Number 6.
Who is your oldest friend? We're doing great at our segues today.
It is.
Who is your oldest friend and how did you meet them?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, now, Ryan and Kristen are not my oldest friends. My oldest friend... Who would be my oldest friend?
Teacups. Kendra has teacups she claps. See, I'm not into the teacups because I need large amounts of coffee.
You're getting a lot of love on this right now.
Large amounts of tea.
Because Charlene is
having a lot of mugs. I feel the validation. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
My oldest friend. Who would be my oldest friend? I'm trying to think.
I know who mine is.
Go ahead while I'm trying to figure out who my oldest is.
I mean, I've moved a lot over the years, but I would say my oldest friend that I got very close with and we still do keep in touch is my friend Ellie. We became friends in 3rd grade. And when I lived in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and we kept in touch over the years, went in and out from being like super, super close to not going to the same school anymore, and then reconnecting later, and then right now, her and her husband are over in Vietnam, but I still get a few messages in and back from her every now and then, but I adore my friend Ellie. She was in my wedding. I guess 3rd grade. I feel like that's pretty good for somebody who moved a lot.
So I would say my oldest friend, and I haven't talked to him in a while. In fact, he's gotten married recently, and I haven't talked to him since then either. Now I feel guilty.
Rude.
But would be Sam Terrell. Grew up with him in church.
Yeah, he married one day. They're having a baby.
Yeah, I know. And I haven't talked to him in forever. I need remind me to contact him. Anyway. He would be my oldest friend.
Duration,
and then, of course,
Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley, we're talking about duration, not age. My oldest friend. Age-wise, I don't even know.
That's
I have a lot of old friends.
Funny question because both of us make friends with...
We're old souls, so we make friends with old people.
I don't mean to offend anybody by saying that, but I just can connect with... I don't know. Yeah. Nobody be offended. Now they're all like, she probably thinks
his oldest friend is Jesus. Now, my mom says probably my brother Austin.
Oh, well, brothers don't count.
I wasn't counting family because, I can't help but have him be my friend, whatever. He's family. He has to be my friend.
My friend Mike.
Oldest friend. That was good. How did we meet them?
So if you haven't talked to your oldest friend, reach out to them.
Yeah. I met Sam Terrell in church. Their family came to our church. And, we've just been friends for forever.
I said how I met my friend.
We used to play G.I. Joes under the pews.
We went to elementary school together. And actually, our moms ended up being best friends, too. They're
Old
still
souls.
very good friends. So we stayed
Bradley, seasoned friends. That's what it is.
Seasoned
They're not
friends.
old friends. They're seasoned friends.
This would be why we are friends, Kendra says.
Yes.
I'm not old. I'm a bit old. So we have people in denial. We have people that are that are self-aware.
I am Brother Runk. Good to have you, but I am what? I'm missing. Obviously,
are you his oldest friend?
I am Andrew Lehman. You're right. Am I your oldest friend? Is that what you're saying?
Sister Tanzel.
Now, Jared Runk, now put him back up here. Jared Runk, he was one of my teachers in Bible college, and I have a fun story.
Uh-oh.
And I'm sure he remembers this. But one day, I used to give him a hard time all the time.
Oh, no.
And one day, he walked into class, and I was sitting meditation style on his desk.
This is the teacher?
This is the teacher, yeah.
Oh,
this is him.
I'm so sorry.
And he I watched him like out of the corner of my eye. I had my eyes closed, whole meditation thing. I watched him sort of through my eyes. I see him just sort of pause and then continue to just teach around me. And I sat there the whole class, and he just
People
taught
think
around
he's
me.
so laid back, but he is so stubborn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So stubborn. Sister Tanzel says
Sister
her
Tanzel,
oldest
she's
friend.
got some of her oldest friends.
Wow, that's awesome. And friends are friends forever.
No, it's
I got
okay.
you.
Oh, I am your oldest friend. That's sad.
Oh. Why would you say that's sad?
Because he was my teacher in Bible college. How am I his oldest friend? Does that mean you had no friends before me?
Maybe he doesn't like... Oh, that's when our friendship began.
It is. Yes, when I meditated on your desk.
Oh, I hear a baby.
We have a baby waking up.
You don't have to yell, Nancy said. Turn the volume down, Nancy.
Yeah, well, I guess that was why I was trying to adjust it earlier, is I could tell it was being a little loud.
We want a song, Charlene
hopefully that's
says.
better. We want a song. Are you going to check out her?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the friend that has went through thick and thin, laugh and cry with, but when the big storms come, they turn their back on you? See, now that doesn't count as a true friend to me. I mean, it's those times are tough. Those times are very tough because you think you can just rely on somebody, but then they fail you and turn their back on you, and that's hard. All you can do is just pick up and keep moving. I'm not singing right now. Maybe no, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not doing it by myself either way. Let's go to the next question. Are you coming?
I'll come sing with you.
Well, we're moving on with questions first.
Okay, what?
Hi, baby doll. You gonna join us? Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
This is Emery. Next question is... Oh, here we go. Who is your strangest friend, and what makes them strange?
I feel like you can't just go talking about people like this.
Why not? We're not naming
names.
Oh, wait, it is asking who, isn't it?
Yeah, it's asking who. I feel like that's a difficult thing to answer because I like making friends with people who are like me. So to say that they're strange is a betrayal of myself.
I'm thinking about this question, and my problem is almost all of my friends are strange in one way or another.
Because you're strange.
It's true. So I don't know if I can knock down to who the strangest is.
I'm probably some of my friends.
Jenny says she's okay if it's her.
No, Jenny, you're pretty normal.
I was gonna say you're not her strangest friend.
You're my most retro friend.
There you go.
For sure. Every time I look at new glasses, I think of you. I'm like, man, could I be cute like Jenny and get those little cat eyes?
Yeah. Bradley's naming names. Caleb Clack. I feel like I know Caleb. I don't know. I'm terrible with names, so.
I'm pretty weird just saying, she says.
What are you doing? You having fun?
Biggest compliment. She says.
Jenny Carver is perfect.
Wow, this is a Jenny Carver fan club up in here today.
We're changing the topic to how amazing Jenny Carver is today.
I love it. Strangest friend. I just love them all for their weirdness, though.
That's just it. Can't say I have one that's just...
You need weird friends.
I don't have one that is over the top strange above anybody else that I could just narrow it down. That's all. Ski. You tired still? Yeah. Who's your strangest friend?
She's
Me,
say
probably.
Us. Yeah, don't ask.
Let's just move on from that one because I can't think of a good answer.
We can't be naming names, and we love everybody.
Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good question. A little more serious, but we could have. I think we could probably have fun with it. What are the most common reasons for friendships to fall apart? I would say it kind of touches on some of the other things, like time and distance can make some friendships fall apart. If it's not a strong friendship, then time and distance definitely can make a friendship fall apart. Drama can make a friendship fall apart.
I don't know how guys
don't have a whole lot of drama.
But girls can.
Yes. I love you.
Girls can have a lot of drama, and then they just are like, whatever, I'm done with you.
You're stealing the show. Stop it. You're stealing the show. Quit stealing the show. Drama. Hold on, I gotta scroll back up to it. So like Terry said here, times like this, when
really
the big
hard.
storm comes and they turn their back on you. I mean,
that can definitely make a friendship.
Yeah. Emmy's, this is funny. Whitney says Emmy's strangest friend is Willow. Yeah.
Willow is Whitney's little girl.
Yeah.
Cute.
So
distance.
I kind of lost my place
here
a little bit. Yeah,
these are good.
Distance.
Jenny said one too. Yep. Lack
of depth in a person.
True.
That's very true. Broken trust. Mm-hmm. He even broke the trust there. Lack of depth. Is naming your pastor as your stranger's friend? Yeah, you can. That's okay. Girls are mean. Yeah, guys don't deal with a lot of the drama girls do. We have our own form of drama, but it's not nearly as bad as girls.
I feel like guys just hit each other and get it over with.
Basically. Misunderstandings.
That's probably one of the biggest ones.
That's a huge one.
If you think about it, is that most things could probably be resolved with communication and forgiveness. But they don't do that. Sorry,
she's being cute. Poor communication skills.
Poor communication. People not expressing what they need or that they've been hurt.
Okay, here's an interesting question. How can you and when do you actually know someone is your best friend? Like actually giving them that title.
I never say somebody is my best friend. If I say that word, I say one of. Because I have so many people that I feel like I'm close to now. I feel like God's put a lot of really good friends in my life the last few years.
What?
She needs attention.
I know. She's an attention hog. Yeah. I would. Okay.
When do they graduate?
When do they graduate to best friend? Now this is sort of a cop-out answer to me a little bit, but
you're still gonna give it.
No, I'll still give it, but it's the only answer I have, so it will still count. I would say like the two people that I would call best friend, and the reason this is cop out, you'll understand when I say who they are, is Andrea, my wife, and Austin, my brother. They are my best friends. I know that no matter what, no matter when, no matter how, they're in my corner. Now, I do have other friends that I do believe fit that same category, like that group of guys I talked about. I believe they're in that same category, but if I have to narrow it down to a best friend, then the only thing I guess would trump, that would make anybody trump them, would be family. So therefore, it kind of upgrades a little bit.
Family supersedes.
Yeah.
Here, scroll down in your comments. Bradley just said when you marry them.
When you marry them, that's true. That's a very big thing. They better become your best friend, or you'll have issues.
Or then you have quarantine where people hate each other.
Nancy says, "Give the show over to the baby. She's got control." Yes, she's being sweet.
She just figured out how to get kisses on the lips during the whole pandemic. So we're like, great. Yeah, now she wants to kiss on the mouth. Now that everybody's got a virus.
Let's go to the next question. Where are we? Number 9. We've got 3 more, so this is good. We still got time.
Yeah.
Do you make friends easily, or do you find it difficult to make friends?
Easy.
Easy, huh?
It's pretty easy for me. Like, anybody that's my friend knows that there's so many people in my life that I just picked them. And I was like, we're going to be friends. Like, I found them on Facebook.
That's how I ended up marrying her.
I was like, we're going to get married. No. I just pick, I think it's a very extrovert thing, too. that extroverts sort of adopt an introvert, and they're like, we're going to be besties, whether you like it or not.
Best friend is one you enjoy spending time
Alana
with.
says easy.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, but you know what?
But it's not easy for everybody.
No, it's not easy for everybody. But since we moved so much, my mom had really always encouraged us to be working on making friends, to be friendly to people, to be kind to people. And so my sister and I grew up with that mindset of learning to make friends. Introverts appreciate being adopted.
That's funny. Yeah,
that
true.
also validates me. Because I'm like, man, I hope I'm not annoying these people, but
Jenny
I love
says she's
them.
an introvert you adopted.
You are. I love you.
No, I find it easy to make friends, but what's funny is I fit in a funny category, what I call Papa's gonna come get Emmy.
Papa's coming to see you.
I fit into that category of, at heart I'm an introvert, but I'm very good at being extroverted. So I would prefer people just adopt me as their friend, but I'm also very good at making friends when I need to.
Yeah, you are.
When I need to.
You can be very...
That's a very key word.
You can be
when
very
I have
personable when you need to. But you do enjoy somebody that's easy to talk to as well. But so do I. I mean, I can make small talk, but somebody that's like easy to talk to, I think everybody loves that.
Terry Monday says depends on the first meeting. That's
I understand that. Terry and I sort of have a similar personality.
Morrison,
too.
good to have you with us. Welcome. Hope we can be a little entertaining for you.
Ambivert, I think is what it's
Ambivert,
called.
is that it?
I think that's what it's called.
Yep, I'm a mix of introvert and extrovert. So is Joel. Yeah, I can see that in Joel. We can do what we need to do when we have to do it, but we'd probably rather spend time at home.
I feel like making friends can either be like, it was a really good coincidence that you guys met, or it's like you both have the right personality to like find each other and be friends.
Yeah. But some friendships are just strange. I know I've met some people who are like besties who you look at them as two people and like, how did they become friends? Like total opposites. And like, how do they love each other so much? Kind of same thing with couples too sometimes. You see some couples and you're like...
I don't think anybody thinks that about us, do you?
I don't know. If you think that about that, share in the comments.
We are very different.
Very.
I mean, similar on things that... I don't even know how to explain it.
I don't know.
We're similar in
our
some
personalities
ways,
are like
but our personalities are night and day.
Yeah, our personalities are crazy different. The way we think is totally different.
In
fact, we were having some conversations about this before we went live, and on how she processes things, how I don't process things.
I literally said the phrase, I feel like I speak in hieroglyphics to you.
Sometimes she does.
But I feel like that's, like, if a friendship doesn't hit it off, almost like what Terry said, like, if that first meeting with somebody, if you can't really connect even in a small way, it's difficult to really want to push anything further than that. This is a good point Bradley makes.
Yeah, personally introverted, but ministerially extroverted, if that's the thing. I believe that is a thing.
It is. A lot of people say that because you really do force yourself to be what you need to be. If you need to be a public speaker, if you need to be bold, if you need to step out and reach for somebody, then that requires a little extrovertedness, but then you kind of retreat later. I saw something funny that said when all these pastors started live streaming, the introverted pastors were losing their minds, like, can't handle it.
Okay, here's a little bit of a serious question from Charlene. Whoa, made her big. So what do you do when you trust in someone you thought was your friend, then they prove not so much? It emotionally hurts you to the point of not trusting. Oops, I have it on a timer. To the point of not trusting, so you build walls. It's been a struggle. I want friends, but I always have my defense up.
It's hard.
It's hard to get over those kind of feelings, especially if you have been betrayed more than once. If you've been betrayed more than once, I like to think of it like when you're building up a callus or something. The more it happens, the tougher your skin becomes, and then the tougher it is for somebody to actually get down to that soft part of friendship.
Like you said, sort of building a wall. You build a wall, and somebody almost has to break through it to truly be your friend again. That's not necessarily what we want, but it is what happens sometimes.
It is what happens, but the one thing we have to be careful is we don't build up that callus or that wall so high or so hard that nobody is allowed to break through at all. We almost have to... It's okay to have a wall up. In fact, in a lot of people I encourage, be cautious.
Boundaries.
Have boundaries.
Boundaries are healthy.
Yeah, have boundaries. Keep a wall up to some degree, but always have a door available. Always have that door where people can come through.
Type amen.
Okay, good job. Have that door available in the wall where they can approach you and have a pathway to get to that soft inner side of you and become that friend.
Right.
But that way, I like to think of it as a door, because if they do start to go the wrong direction, you can lock that door right back up. Mm-hmm. It's a sort of a safety measure thing. Now,
and don't think of it so much as that. I like the wall versus door thing, but don't think of it as I'm building a wall necessarily. Think of it as I have healthy boundaries. So if you can think of it as what are my healthy boundaries, then it's a little easier to decide, like, am I being a little over the top with this? Am I having trouble forgiving or trusting again? Or am I having a healthy boundary where I'm taking a space of time to get to know somebody, to feel if they truly are a loving person or a trusting person, or am I just writing everybody off?
Right. That's good. That was a good question. I'm glad you brought that up, Charlene. Kendra's asking, how did we become friends? I think we basically just sort of knew each other both being pastors' kids and being at every conference together and every camp together and everything together. So it just sort of, we didn't have a choice because we were always put in the same room together. That's all I can figure, because I really don't remember how it started either. But I remember it was me, you, my brother was kind of young, so he didn't really hang out much, but me, you, and your sister would hang out on occasion, just sort of, usually at events. But Lawrence says, my wife claims I'm Mr. Charisma, but I feel as though I'm an introvert. She claims I could make friends anywhere.
Have you ever seen that?
That's how I am, and my dad's just an extrovert. I was gonna say my dad's extrovert. Like that. But
have you ever seen that? You remember that thing that was circling Facebook for a while that said my husband and I got seats apart from each other on the airplane, and I'm super awkward. I've apologized 27 times, and my husband's sharing beef jerky with a stranger, and I think he's in their wedding now. That's sometimes what happens when people get married, is they have the two complete opposites.
But what's really funny about that story is, in that kind of situation on a plane, you would totally be the quiet one apologizing, and I would be the one making friends and sharing jerky and becoming in somebody's wedding. I'm not about to,
I don't know, it depends on what mood I'm in.
Setting makes a big difference for her.
Yeah.
For instance, she hates the post office.
Okay, we don't have to talk about this every time we go live.
But it's a good example, because it's like anytime something needs to be mailed, you're like, I'm not going.
Well, there's a box right there that's been there for a month.
Because you're supposed to mail it, and I refuse to take it because you need to learn how to go to the post office.
And nobody's taking it from me.
Nope. Okay, sort of back. Brother Eid says healing takes time.
It's true.
Yep,
it's true.
Very much takes time. I feel like my thing keeps moving. Bradley says boundaries keeps wolves out, but the righteous can get there. That's good.
That's good.
I like it.
Charlene said that made sense to her. That's good. The exit door.
Philip says the exit door. Sometimes it is an exit door. Sometimes they get in that wall and you're like, okay, wait, no,
you gotta. You don't have to be best friends with everybody.
No, that's true.
That's
you don't have to be
something I feel like as
everybody.
Christians, some people will struggle with. They're like, I just don't get along with them, or how am I supposed to? You don't have to be best friends with everybody. We should love and care for their souls and do the best that we can to serve, but we don't have to be besties with everybody.
I like this. Or the door's a sliding glass one you can see and evaluate before you open it.
That was so introspective. I love it.
That's good. But also makes me think another good idea is a revolving door, so they can come in, and if you don't like them, you just keep them moving right back out. Good thing we like each other. Yep. Jenny loves the post office. Yeah. Anyway, she hates it. Okay, next question.
Reasons. We talked about it in our last live.
Next question. We've got 2 more questions, so we're doing good. Are any of your friends completely opposite to you, or are most of them similar to you? Now, if you're talking about us, we just already said we're like opposites in a lot of ways. In many ways, we're opposites. But as for my other friends,
I would say I have a pretty good mix of different personalities as far as friends. I would say, my main friend group, my Bible college friends, we have some core similarities and then some slight deviations in our personalities, but they're mostly that sanguine outgoing or that choleric take control type personality, which is what I'm a mixture of. So there's a lot of things that we still connect on, but then every once in a while, like, everybody will start talking about something and it'll blow up and we'll have this huge discussion because everybody's got a different opinion about it. I think that's healthy, though.
That's fine. I would say my friend group tends to be pretty similar. Of course, everybody's different, but we tend to be
same temperaments.
Temperaments. That's a good way to say it. Same temperaments, for the most part. I mean,
sort of
even
have,
that
like,
can vary a little bit.
I'm like my Bible college friends. We're all sort of like outgoing.
We've been in the trenches together.
Yeah, we've seen the struggle.
We've seen the struggle.
But I do have other friends that are introverts that I like drag them along with me, and they're like mortified by me. But there's still a lot of things we really connect on, but we are opposites in ways.
So I would say it varies. Are they opposite? Are they similar? It varies on the friend,
I would say
honestly.
mine are mostly similar.
I think people who are similar tend to connect better. It doesn't mean you can't have a best friend that is totally. When I'm watching the camera, I always get confused which direction to tuck. I always get. Now you got me confused as to what I was saying.
Friendships being the same or different.
You sometimes will find friends who are total opposites. Whatever. Emil, good to see you. Haven't talked to you in forever either, man. Good to see you. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, Charlene, this is good.
Yep.
Right, I always said I have very few friends and lots of acquaintances. I agree with that. And I think there's nothing wrong with that.
And a lot of people do. And it's good to still be friendly to a lot of people, because here's another thing. You never know what season God is going to bring into your life where you need a certain friend or a certain relationship. And having those acquaintances and being available for what God may need to bring into your life as far as friends is also a good thing.
Yeah, and also, honestly, trying to be friends with everybody.
That's
and when
exhausting.
I say friends, I mean like trying to be that close friend to everybody.
You can't do it.
It's exhausting. It is.
It's like what was mentioned. Jesus had 12 friends and then 3 close friends, and then he had one like kind of best friend out of the mix there.
Yeah. Terry Monday said revolving doors are not my favorite or friend. I agree. I was sort of joking about the revolving door part, but different friends, different personalities. Yep. Nancy,
I don't want to hang out with me.
I don't want to hang out with me.
That should tell you something, Nancy. No.
Alana says having a variety can allow you to be exposed to different opinions in certain situations.
So.
That's very
much so.
Very good, very good.
And needing friends to sort of like bump you in the right direction. Like if all my friends were like me, like exactly like me.
See, now I agree with this, Kendra. Being friendly is important, but everyone cannot be your bestie.
Yep.
And I like this too, Bradley. And even then, Jesus had to go off by himself multiple times.
True.
That's very true.
Very true.
Be like, all right, guys, you stay here. I'm done with you for now.
I mean, I think that's a good point, though, to bring up, too, is that we can't be so dependent on friendships that we don't know how to be alone. You know, we need to learn that there are going to be times of just us and God, of just that fellowship. This one has turned a little more spiritual, I feel like.
That's all right. It's good.
But it's good. Fun. It's everyday things, I feel like, friendship stuff. But you're right, Bradley, for sure. We have to have times where we're alone.
I think everybody's enjoying this format that we're doing with all the questions and just talking about it. One last question. What's a big favor you have done for a friend? Or how about a big favor that a friend has done for you? So, while you're thinking, besties are hard to come by as adults. You're right.
I mean, I like my friends to feel like I take care of them. I feel like it's
it's not necessarily a favor per se.
Not a favor, but like I do like to go out of my way to make sure my friends, like if they're struggling with something or they need something, like I try really hard to meet the immediate need. And sometimes the immediate need is prayer, but sometimes it's not prayer. Sometimes they need, groceries, or they need something for a baby, or they need a ride, or they need, I don't know. There's a lot of I feel like things that other people would consider bigger that I've sort of felt like, you know what? I love you and you've been there for me, and we need to, be strong together sometimes, because there's going to come a time when I need a friend and I'm going to need something in my life.
Right. I totally agree with that. I think one of the things I've started doing, and actually Andrea taught me to do this, I always would tell people, if you need anything, call me. I've stopped doing that.
People don't call.
They don't call. They
because
never
it's
do.
Embarrassing.
Well, it's true. So
yeah,
now
you have to find a better way to approach those.
So
situations.
now what I do, and I do it for everybody, if I really want to be a help to them, I say, what do you need? What can I do for you right now? You know, not call me if you need something. What are you dealing with now?
And sometimes even I get a little more specific with people. If
Depending
I know
on what it is,
what they're struggling with, I'll say, do you need XYZ? Do you have XYZ? Because when you ask a pointed question, then they don't feel like, oh, I have to escape this and pretend like I'm okay, and I don't want to feel like I'm asking, and I don't want to feel like this, and I don't want to feel like that. You know, I have a friend who really needed an important piece of a new laptop, and it was really important to her job and her ministry and everything like that. And I just shot my husband a text when I heard about it. I'm like, man, can we do anything? Like, this is important. And we were able to pull stuff together, and we were able to meet the immediate need. And that never would have happened.
She contributed part of it, but we were able to find it for her and to help her pay for it.
I mean, that type of friendship
in the time she needed.
This is important to learn, is that, and you know how I've learned to be a little better at this is that people started doing it to me. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been through a lot the last 8 months in our personal life, and I will tell you the most impactful thing that happened to me as far as somebody showing themselves to be a friend and even a servant to us, like somebody that was preferring us in a really powerful way, is I had a lady come up to me, and she had a piece of paper and a pen, and she said, I know that you need things right now. I know that it's been difficult right now. I need you to tell me what your most immediate needs are right now. She said, don't try to pretend, you know, whatever. Just tell me what you need right now. And I promise you, I said things like a thing of Tylenol and little Tyler Girl socks and, you know, like some extra soups I can microwave really quick. Just like little random totally thing. And at first I was almost a little embarrassed. I'm like, well, how stupid that I can't just run to the store for myself. But then I realized, you know what? No, this person has taught me an extremely valuable lesson today. They've gone out of their way. They've come to me with a pen and paper expecting to help me. And they've taken a list, and then I promise you, that same evening dropped off even more than what I had told them. I cried. And you know what? That changed the way that I started approaching people that have a need. Now, I can't always drop a whole bunch of money on groceries, but what can I do?
Right.
What can I do? And I need to be realistic about what I can do, and I need to reach out.
Right.
Because it's important.
Just do some comments here. Older I get, smaller my circle of friends get, more important my mentors become.
True.
Very true. Very true. Lawrence Morrison, I read this, and my thoughts, first of all, my 18-year-old autistic son has worst social anxiety I've ever seen. He tries so hard to speak, be part of conversation, but shuts down quickly. I told him he should start watching these with me, and he could comment and speak without actually being there. Thoughts.
That's a great
idea.
idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea. We would
Sometimes
love to get him involved in the conversation.
To communicate behind a screen for somebody who has that sort of social anxiety.
Absolutely.
That's great.
They can, he can be part of the conversation. As you see, we get everybody involved in the conversation here. You guys are great with a great idea, and you have great banter between you. Thank you. We try.
That's the what
we
big
save
thing.
We save the nice banter for when we're online.
Stop it.
Big might be relative, but I think the biggest and best is being a reliable friend. Your friend
true.
knowing they can always count on you be there. That's very true.
And part of that is being honest with your friends. If they ask you to do something for you and you can't do it, don't overcommit yourself.
Yeah.
You need to be honest about what you can do, because you want to be a person that keeps your word.
Absolutely. My bestie brought me to church when I couldn't bring myself.
Yes, she did.
That's awesome. Friends come visit me when I'm stuck in the hope.
We love you guys.
This was funny. Brother Eads here was bringing his daughter up from Texas, moving her up to Ohio. I almost said Michigan. Up to Ohio from Texas.
They're right under Michigan.
Yeah, right below us.
Yeah, a little lower than the Angels.
Bringing her up to Ohio, and we were in Terre Haute for a music conference, and their car broke down right there in Terre Haute. So you know what? He makes it sound like we came a really long way to visit him, but actually we just happened to be in the same town.
It was a God thing.
It worked.
But listen, I got to meet their daughter, who has since become one of my very good friends.
Yep.
And we got to meet in a super low-stress environment, like at a random restaurant in the middle of a random city. And that was our first time meeting. And I promise you, both of our families must have been so annoyed with us because we were sitting there and laughing and talking. And that's kind of a really cool example of like meeting a friend and connecting with a friend. Is the Eads daughter Amanda?
Yeah.
She's
it was sort of, it was,
I love her.
I mean, it wasn't random because we knew we'd meet her eventually since they were moving her up. But it was
cool. It was just cool.
Yeah, it was a cool moment to sort of make it happen. I like this idea here, Bradley. Can we do a segment on mentors? Yeah, we can do that. Cool. We'll try and keep the same format, doing like question answer type thing. But I think that'd be great.
That'd be fun.
Luana Cryer, hello, Michigan from Louisiana. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Good to have you with us. Terry Monday, I was more outgoing when I was younger. Now that I'm older, sometimes I stand back and watch.
You know, I heard somebody say one time, they said, when you're young, you sometimes will switch and change and become kind of the opposite as you get older because you learn and you grow and you change and you learn to. So if you're super outgoing and you just say everything that's on your mind, sometimes you learn to hold that back and use more wisdom. And then if you're a little more shy as you get older, you learn to break out of that. So I wouldn't say that's totally abnormal if it's been a healthy development and a healthy change of who you are.
Right.
Growth.
I would totally agree with that because people have always called me outgoing, but I was even more outgoing when I was a teenager. And I developed more into, I believe I was always truly the introvert, but I forced myself out of it as a teenager because I thought that was what I needed to be. But as I got older, I learned to accept more my introverted tendencies and tell myself it's okay that I want to stay home and read a book or whatever. Yeah, so I think that's totally normal. Then I think a lot of people kind of go through that transition. They sort of, I think what it is they're figuring out that they don't have to stick to one or the other. It's okay to find a very healthy balance for who you are. Because there's a lot of pressure, especially as a teenager or even when you're in your 20s, to fit the mold that you've sort of been placed in with the personality. And a lot of times it's either extrovert, introvert. You know, you're either one or the other. There's a lot of gray area between the two.
I'm definitely an extrovert, but at the same time, like, I need recharging time. Like, there will come times where I definitely need to just sit back and say, okay, I maybe need a little bit of alone time. I'm a little overwhelmed. And so, I like that you said that, is that don't be so quick to put such a big label on yourself that you force yourself to fit a mold that's really not you. Know your boundaries. Know when you need to recharge.
Yeah. Your Aunt Brenda's asking, do we do this every day? No, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock. So mark your calendars, Tuesday and Thursdays, 1 o'clock, afternoons with Andrew and Andrea. And just come have fun, hang out with us.
We can't reveal our secrets to Brianna.
Where do you guys find your questions? Sometimes we're coming up with them. Sometimes I find some online. Depends on what we want to talk about. Like the past few ones have just been really random. So I just found some random
sort of
conversation starter type lists. Today was a little more themed. So Jenny says wearing an extrovert sport coat. That was me. That was me.
True.
I was introverted as a kid. Now social distancing is my enemy.
Right?
See, I'm loving social distancing.
I literally either FaceTime or video, like chat on Marco Polo with somebody every day. Because I'm like, are there other people out there? Are you all okay?
See, now I get on like a couple Zoom calls and I'm just like wiped.
Yeah.
In fact,
I'm like, hey guys, how's everybody doing? Let me see your dog.
In fact, I don't know if anybody... If you're Enneagram people, you'll understand this, but there's a Instagram account called Kenneogram, and Keanogram, and it's pictures of Keanu Reeves, and it's hilarious. And it is hilarious. It's my favorite one, and it's him in different situations and all, and he and one of them was him sitting in a suit with a towel over his head, holding a water bottle, looking absolutely exhausted. And it said nines, which I'm a 9, said nines after 3 Zoom calls. And are you going to pull it up?
Look it up.
Yeah, look
Did I send it to you on Instagram?
No, I showed it to you on Instagram. I didn't share it though.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll look it up.
We'll find it.
It's
funny.
worth a share.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Scott loves it too.
Here it is.
Oh,
it says 9s after 3 weeks of Zoom meetings and group FaceTime calls. Yeah. Exhausted.
That is me.
Beat up. This is Andrew after it.
So like even after this,
that was great.
Even after this, you see, I'm all up and hype and everything else. It's all an act. Trust me. As soon as I hit the finish button.
No. It's not an act. He'll hit the finish button and be like, "Okay, I'm done."
Okay.
Wow, that was a lot.
I need a nap.
Even though he's literally talking to a screen.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of work. Extroversion drains me, but I do admire their energy and want to be them, and I work up the energy and nerve.
But here's the thing: that's the difference between extroverts and introverts. It's not necessarily like, oh, I love people or I hate people. It's where do I draw my energy from? So introverts draw energy from alone time or less people, and extroverts draw energy from lots of people. So it doesn't mean that introverts hate people. It just means their energy comes from the alone time.
Right.
I'm a 1-wing 9. Oh, there we go. See, I feel like I understand you better knowing that.
Yeah. If you don't know what Enneagrams is, I was a doubter at first, but the more I see about what I supposedly
it's really cool.
I relate to it.
It gives you you take a test, and then on a number scale of 1 to 9, they all mean something very different. It basically, and it's more about what your motivation is in life, and then there's all these personality traits that develop out of that motivation. It's very cool. I could do a whole seminar on it.
Okay, just last couple comments. Lana Cryer, women at well was social distancing until she met Jesus, came at 12 noon to be away from others. It's true.
She was probably more of an introvert and a little ashamed of herself even.
Right.
That's why she went to the well so late in the day.
Kendra's
says, like me.
I draw my energy from having my house full of people. I'm assuming that's on people. I don't want
full of people.
Have your house on people.
Should we do something? No, we love that too. We love having people over. I think you do good when people come over, though.
I do because I'm in my environment. Yeah, I'm in my environment, and I do good then. I can still relax.
And if you invite me to your house and you tell me to make myself at home, I'll be like laying on your couch, like,
well, that's exactly it. First of all,
this is great.
First of all, I only invite people that I'm comfortable being myself around. So, well, no, I guess that's not always true. You invite people sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I gotta behave.
But we haven't had a lot of people over to our house in quite a while.
That's true. Like. Our house we're in mid-move mode.
We're in a transition.
It looks like everything is together here.
In the house, just so everybody
This
knows.
is staged for all the online stuff we have to do now, like church and everything.
Anybody is pretending like their house isn't the same way right now, we don't believe you.
Our house is in mid-move mode, so...
Brianna.
I like having people over, but also like, please leave by 9. Yep.
That's kind of... I mean, I do get there.
Yeah, eventually it's like, okay.
Okay, this is weird. You should leave.
Sometimes I'm tempted to just be like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed. Stay as long as you like.
With the people.
Lock the door when you're done.
He's just so exhausted.
Okay. When people overstay, they're welcome and are awkwardly like...
Okay, have you seen all these funny things about how Midwesterns say goodbye like 25 times? And they're like, well, it's been great. Slap their knees. Well, just about that time.
Well, and then they do it like 10 more times before they actually leave. Jenny, you guys are waiting for us to be able to come back to Michigan and hang out. We are. We're
waiting for anybody to come back to Michigan and hang out.
Are y'all kin to brother Paul? I'm guessing you mean Lehman. I remember him when Michigan House. Yeah, Paul Lehman was my grandfather. So my father is Bruce Lehman, who was Paul Lehman's son. So yep, I'm related to him. Great man. Wish he hadn't passed away when he did, so I could have known him better. But let's see. It was so funny when your dad met my family. He said he had to keep it quiet because he fit right in. Yeah, those Morrisons can be a little wild. Yes, I just tell people they need to leave now.
Sarah's, I think she's talking about how Midwesterns say goodbye. No, everybody
not
doesn't
everybody,
do that.
yeah.
No, it's really funny. It's funny how on point some of it is.
How you say love you in Wisconsin before you leave. Watch for deer.
Watch for those deer. It's after dusk.
Oh, this is good. Ken Dillingham says, Wilbur White's favorite statement, I need to go to bed so you poor people can go home. That's good. I like that. I'm going to save that. All right. Well, we have been just over an hour now, so it's probably a good time to shut it down. We don't want to keep people too long. I think we figured out
We're
an
on
hour.
our welcome. Y'all are kicking us out of your house.
It's time for me to go to bed, so you poor people can go home. No, we figured out an hour is about the perfect amount of time. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for having some fun with us. We miss all of you. The social distancing thing is good, so continue to do it. But at the same time, I'm glad we can interact in one way or another and still connect and have some fun. Remember, we do this Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. Feel free to join us, and I don't know what we'll talk about next time. We'll figure it out.
We have a couple different themes.
We have all kinds of themes we can talk about.
You'll have to jump on.
If you have any ideas, send me a message in Messenger with ideas. We liked that idea
about maybe talking about mentors.
Yes, that was cool. Good. So yeah, shoot. If you have ideas for things to talk about, shoot me a message, and we'll see if we can get to them.
Right.
And one more plug: if you're interested in anything our church is doing, you can go to gracepoint.link. Gracepoint.link. Andrea is going to type it in so you can have it, and it gives you a link to everything we're doing, from our Facebook to our YouTube to giving to our website, all of it. In fact, I still need to add a couple things, I think. But it'll be there. GracePoint.link. Watch for deer, y'all. We love you. And we'll talk to you later. God bless.
Bye.